Everybody is talking about Amnesty, and we received 100,000 signatures last week for an amnesty, which means that the government has to respond. But how will an amnesty take place? Is it something we have done before? You will be surprised with the answer. Maybe someone should tell the government how to do it, and this is what this video is about. Welcome to Kareesha Law. I am Kareesha Meetaram Turner, your human rights barrister. It is said, where there is a will, there is a way. Prior to July 2011, if you had claimed asylum before the 5th of March 2007 and your case was still pending, your case would have been allocated to the legacy team of the Home Office. This involved the transfer of a backlog of 500,000 outstanding applications to a team of caseworkers called the Casework Resolution Directorate. The idea was that these cases would be resolved by July 2011, and the applicant was in most cases granted indefinite leave to remain. Like I said, the majority of these cases usually led to a grant of settlement and during that time under what we called the legacy scheme. The legacy scheme was created to clear a huge backlog of cases waiting for a decision. It was designed to fast-track application awaiting a final verdict. Now, the Home Office would deny this, but call it whatever you wish, it was a form of amnesty. The legacy scheme came closest to resembling an amnesty, though there were different criteria. For example, the person had to be a failed asylum seeker, had been in the United Kingdom for at least 6 years with no criminal convictions. This led to a number of around 500,000 people being granted settlement in circumstances where they have not been in the UK for over more than 6 years. Another example. After the Grenfell Tower incident, the Home Office offered a 12-month amnesty to tenants who were undocumented and a pathway that led to settlement. In short, the government was offering a grant of 12 months leave with extension, and these people were granted access to public funds and had the right to work. And finally, not so far from us, on 4th of September, the Republic of Ireland announced plans for a new scheme to allow certain undocumented migrants to remain in the UK, in the country legally. The amnesty is open to anyone who came to Ireland as an international student between January 2005 and December 2010 and is now undocumented. So the question is, why can't the UK do the same? What the government could do is set the criterion and allow people to apply for their cases to be considered under whatever scheme they want to call it. Some people will say, and I have heard that a few times, well, it will increase illegal immigration and encourage trafficking. But we're talking about an amnesty for people who are already in the United Kingdom and have been here for a certain amount of time. Not so long ago, Priti Patel announced that people who come here not by sea, legal routes, as she calls it, but I disagree, and claim asylum, well, these people would be entitled to some form of leave that may lead to settlement. These people will also receive support, such as learning English, find work, and help, getting help in integrating. She announced this with a view to deter people arriving by sea in small boats. Well, If the UK is able to provide a route for people who've just arrived, genuine asylum seekers who come to the UK, I cannot see why we cannot make changes to deal with the families who are already here. If anything, offering settlements for people coming to the UK only because they did not arrive by sea can be exploited. Currently, and I said that in my previous video, enforcement budget is inadequate, which means the people living here undocumented cannot or will be removed, but rarely. So what happens is these people turn to illegal working. Many also become victims of human trafficking, working for little or no pay for the unfulfilled promise of safety and documentation. Amnesty International and others are campaigning, are running lots of campaigns for rights of an estimated 120 children. More than half of them were born in the UK, and many are entitled to register as British citizens under the British Nationality Act 1981. Now, these figures are worrying because all of a sudden we're not talking only about undocumented migrants, but people, children who are entitled to become British nationals. And Amnesty will put an end to this. Most of my clients tell me all they want to do is be able to work and contribute to the economy. The real abuse that Priti Patel is ignoring is that undocumented migrants who have been here continue to be exploited as modern-day slaves. And I do not accept the argument that she runs that the system is broken. This government has been in power for 10 years, and still not fixed the broken immigration system. An amnesty would allow undocumented migrants to work, set up business, pay their taxes, rent, buy her houses, pay for their education, university education, and live with freedom and dignity, all of which will help the UK economy as well as ensuring social stability. And that's important. So, to conclude, it has been done before and can be done with some work. I will end with the words of Nelson Mandela: to deny people their human rights is to challenge their very humanity. Thank you for watching.